I don't care what anybody has to say. The Eagles nailed this draft with DeVonta Smith. Big Balls Howie was on the loose. And I gotta tell you, we are in an emergency situation right now because the Eagles have to find a way to get JOK. What a move by Howie Roseman! Whoa! You're right, the way, King Dingbat here, and what an epic draft night we had last night. The Eagles get DeVonta Smith. They get one of my top 4 guys, and this was one of the best first rounds ever that I can remember. I'm just going to be honest with you. Let me first start off by thanking each and every one of you guys who was in the stream last night. It was a lot of people. It was epic. It was a classic stream. Me and Joey Shakes, we are so thankful that you guys were joining us. And listen, tonight, we're back at it again. Both of us will be back on for rounds 2 and 3. We ain't playing around. This is a big, big, big night. So, if you hear all that noise outside, they're building houses like crazy. I can't do anything about it. They'll be doing this for hours. So, I apologize for any background noise. I can't go and yell at them anymore because they just ignore me. Anyways. Yesterday was a big night. It was a big night for the Eagles to get DeVonta Smith, okay? Howie Roseman made one of the best moves that I've seen him ever make. And I'm talking about starting at trading back from 6 to 12, thinking Pitts and Chase are going to be gone. He knew that. All of us, I thought both of those guys were going to be on the board. But they weren't. They were gone. So he was right in doing that. And then, when the board was weird, it fell weird. Horn goes, Surtain goes, Waddle goes to 6. It's looking like the Eagles were dead to right. Me and Joey, we were depressed. We're like, oh my gosh, this is bad. Especially when Dallas was on the clock. When the Dallas Cowboys was on the clock, you're thinking Dallas is probably going to go Parsons or Slater. And then you're going to have the Giants, and the Giants are going to take DeVonta Smith. And I don't care what any Giant fan wants to tell me. They were going to take DeVonta Smith, okay? But big balls, Howie Roseman to the rescue. The inception of Nick Sirianni to plant the idea of drafting DeVonta Smith in his head, which is true. Believe me, Nick Sirianni had an influence on getting DeVonta Smith. I believe that. And I believe it to the end of the day, okay? But they go up, they trade with Dallas and jump the New York Giants. We piss the Giants off, we tank, they get pissed. We beat them all the time, they get pissed. Now in the draft, we jump them and they get pissed. Now they're trying to act like, oh, no, we weren't. You're pissed off. Just go watch Pizzle. He was losing it. But what a great trade. What a great move by Howie Roseman. And look, I have been one of the most hardest critics on Howie Roseman. I have. But he deserves a lot of praise because that was a ballsy move last night to do what he did. And he got DeVonta Smith, who I think is perhaps the best receiver in this draft class. I've said this all off season, so it's not like I'm just saying it now. But I say him and Jamar Chase were very close. The issue with DeVonta Smith, of course, is his weight. I'm not worried about it. I am not going to let his weight deter me from drafting a guy with his immense talent. He will be the best. He's already the best receiver on the Eagles team. He will be their number 1 receiver. He will flourish. And for years to come, I promise, for years to come, you're going to hear people cry and say, how did DeVonta Smith fall to 10? I believe that. This was epic, man. This was an epic pick. We got a hell of a player in the first round. And I thought we were dead to right. That was the thing. It was like we were sitting there in a corner like, man, we're in trouble here. Dallas is on the clock. The Giants, you don't trade with division rivalries, right? That's what you're thinking. And then they pulled it off. And they gave a 3rd round pick, which, look, a 3rd round pick to go up 2 spots is a lot. It is definitely a lot to give up. But the Eagles had 2 of them, and they gave up their worst one. And it's worth it to not lose a guy like DeVonta Smith. Look, I was at the point where I was saying in the stream, if you lose out on DeVonta Smith to the Giants, trade back. You might as well start trading back unless you're going to take Parsons, which I wasn't sure they were. And I kind of thought Dallas would take Parsons or Slater. So to me, the Eagles were dead to right. They were in a corner. And Howie Roseman pulled it out his ass. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I love the move. You know what I mean? Now, if I had to grade this pick in this draft for the Eagles' first round grade, A+, mother humper. A++. It was a fantastic pick, fantastic move. The Eagles get DeVonta Smith. And this is the important thing to remember. DeVonta Smith is a guy that I was saying at 6, I would take him. I said there were 4 guys that I would take at 6. Penei Sewell, Kyle Pitts, Ja'Marr Chase, or DeVonta Smith. You give me one of those 4 guys, and I'm good at 6. The Eagles got him at 10. And they got Miami's 2022 first round. And the Eagles have all their first round picks still. Okay? So the DeVonta Smith draft pick is one of the best picks Howie Roseman. It may be his best pick ever. Ever. This is going to be a Pro Bowler. This is going to be a stud receiver. I have no doubt that DeVonta Smith is gonna shut up a lot of people. And those who think he's too small, he's too light, he's Todd Pinkston, I think you're going to be proven wrong. Todd Pinkston never had this skill set. Okay? This guy is more like Marvin Harrison. So the Eagles, they did a great job. And look, I'm going to even give the Dallas Cowboys and their stinky team and Mark Holmes and all the Cowboy fans, I'm going to give your team credit. You guys made a great move. You made a great move. You crapped on the Giants with us, which was great. You know, a little tag team on them. And you got a 3rd round pick. And you got probably, arguably, maybe the best defensive player in this draft. You got a hell of a player, Michael Parsons. You got a 3rd round pick up to boot. I can't say that Dallas did anything wrong. Dallas made the right move. And look, I'll even take it a step further. Giant fans, after the Eagles jumped you and double moonwalked that ass, you guys did the right thing and trade back and get more picks. Now, the Kadarius Toney pick was a reach. I mean, that was reaching. And it also let me know that if the Giants were at 11, DeVonta Smith was the guy. So the Eagles had no choice but to trade with Dallas. But I think the Giants did the right thing trading back after the Eagles jumped them. And I didn't like their pick. However, I thought they made the right move, getting an extra, like a 1st round pick by the Bears. So that was a good thing. So the Eagles, great move. Dallas, they did a great move. And Giants, they did good up until they drafted. And I think there were receivers that were better than Kadarius Toney. I think it's it's an okay pick. It's nothing special, nothing that scares me. You know what I mean? And today is a big day too. A+ for the round 1. Now, when we talk about round 2, something amazing, something unbelievable is happening. JOK, my number 1 linebacker, has fallen. He has fallen because of size and weight. Probably because of his weight. People think he's too small to play linebacker. He's more of a tweener, more of a strong safety type guy. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I think you can get him to 235 eventually. I think he was already 223, somewhere around there right now. JOK is on the board. If the Eagles, if they're smart, if they want this draft to be a complete success, what you got to do is you got to trade up early into the 2nd round and draft JOK. I don't want to wait for him to possibly get to us at 37. Think of Dalvin Cook and when the Eagles were waiting to get him and he goes a couple picks beforehand. Don't wait for Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah to possibly get to you. Go get him. You have the picks. I mean, we're talking about what? Maybe you have to give up a 4th round pick, a 5th round pick. Hell, give a 3rd round pick next year. Just go up, try to jump jack, try to get up to the number 1 pick in the 2nd round, and take him. You get Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Okay, he is my number 1 target right now. He is the guy I think the Eagles have to get right now. He is the guy that I believe you can build a defense around. Not only that, this guy was slated to go mid-1st round pick. This guy's very talented. It's his weight that's dropping him. Okay, it's bogus. It's overblown, and this dude has probably got the biggest chip on his shoulders right now because like what 4 or 5 linebackers went ahead of him. He's probably got the biggest chip on his shoulder. So if I'm the Eagles, I'm going to get him. If you get JOK, who I love, you know what I mean. If you get him, you have a day one starter on defense. You have a day one starter on offense. JOK is the key prize right now. He is the guy we have to get. Howie, if you're listening, if your son's listening, if your cousins are listening, if anybody that knows Howie Roseman is listening, get this to him. Go get JOK. You've talked to him. Gannon would love him. He's a perfect fit, perfect attitude. Not only that, but now because he's dropping, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's going to prove everybody wrong, and I wouldn't want to go up against him. I want JOK. I love him. You know what I mean? You got to get him. And let's say you don't get him and he's gone. There's still other guys you got to go after. Asante Samuel Jr. is out there. You got to go and get. You got to end up, in my opinion, early in this second round with JOK or Asante Samuel Jr. You do that, you've won this draft. You won this draft. And I'm telling you right now, JOK is a guy you can build your whole defense around. He is going to be one of those guys that people are going to talk about slipping, just like DeVonta Smith, because of weight, not because of talent. You got to get him. You got to get him. And I think JOK, and I think some of these small linebackers are a new breed of linebackers that teams like. They like to use guys that are kind of tweeners that can do a lot of things. JOK is sitting there. He may be 220 pounds right now, but he plays like he's 260. He hits like he's 270. Go get him. Go get him. That's what we got to do. If we do that, we're going to be good. But tonight is the night to really cement yesterday. You know what I mean? I'm going to be ready to go. I'm fired up. I'm ready for 12 more hours of streaming if need be. Let's just get the right people. And of course, we'll be here later. So come check it out. Come to the live stream. I'll be putting up a link in a little bit so you guys know how to get there. With that said, I hope everybody has a great day. Take care. Talk to you later. And of course, don't be a dingbat. We got DeVonta Smith. And I'm out here in my garage. I'm looking all over for my cigars because we got DeVonta Smith. I can't find him anywhere. Look at all this stuff. How am I supposed to find anything in here? I can't find anything. And Mark Holmes, it's all his fault because he said, you better pack your cigars right. Now I can't find him. Him, Michael Anthony, where's the fitness? Can't stand it. Where are my cigars? We got DeVonta Smith.